I did it.
It's okay.
I hate Mondays.
After experiencing a deep depression that lasted for over 3 years, this is a topic that I hold dear to my heart. The power of a simple shift towards seeing life with a new perspective and changing one's vocabulary for positive thinking is immense. How often have you heard people complain about their lives, how they don't drive a nice car, how they haven't been able to meet success because of their background? By simply shifting one's perspective on how they see their own life, one can change his or her story. Speaking on a similar topic, here's Gary Vaynerchuk, an extremely successful entrepreneur.
Just because you didn't grow up with a trust fund, just because you don't live in Silicon Valley, the market doesn't care. If you're good enough, you will win. And if you sit around and ponder, well, if I didn't live here, or if my mom wasn't an alcoholic, or if I just learned about this earlier, or if I'd been following this person earlier, or if I wasn't born a woman, or if I wasn't born a minority, if you sit and do that, you are losing.
One can change his or her own life by literally changing the story that people write for themselves. For example, many people wake up on Monday morning and dread the day after a long and enjoyable weekend away from school or work. People tend to say things such as, "Ugh, I hate Mondays," ultimately setting themselves up for a long and tiring day. Another example of this would be when people say that they are only doing okay because they refuse to change their mindset and realize the simple things such as being alive, which is a huge reason in itself to say that they're doing great rather than only okay. One of the biggest examples of changing one's story is depicted in this next clip, which comes from the world famous photographer Chase Jarvis.
Place the words "I don't have time" with "it's not a priority for me right now." And I think you'll find out this is pretty powerful. It could be as simple as when your daughter says, "Hey daddy, will you help me with my homework?" You can say, "Sorry honey, right now, it's not a priority for me." Just see how that feels.
This clip in itself explains that one can change their life by literally changing the words that they use to write their story. In doing so, it puts life into perspective, and the whole point is that there's always time to do something. It's just a matter of prioritizing. This is relevant when people say things such as, "I didn't have time to work out," when in reality it's, "Working out is not a top priority for me." Throughout my depression, my mind was flooded with statements centered on negativity, and that's why this topic means so much to me. After realizing the power of positive thinking and changing my viewpoint on my own life, I realized an amazing thing. I am doing good and better than most. This simple statement puts life into perspective that there really is no life better to live than the one that you actually have been given. Change the way you see life and practice an attitude of gratitude. I changed my story and I changed my life. Now go out and change yours.